This video is to quickly go ahead and demonstrate the functionality of the motors. So once again, picking up off of the previous video for the servo. In this case, if we wanted to go ahead and have the same commands from the Raspberry Pi to the K64, which has the state machine with the timer interrupts, to go ahead and stay in each specific state, we'll notice that the states should typically go, we're moving forward, and then upon finding an obstacle, then we'll go ahead and stop, reverse for about a second, and then after that we'll go ahead and stop for about a second, and then we'll go ahead and continue forward until another obstacle is met. So now I'm going to go ahead and input an L. It's the exact same thing for right, so I'll go ahead and input that now just so we can go ahead and see what exactly happens. Now it's a little bit difficult to go ahead and see that the direction changes, but I'll go ahead and punch in right just so we can go ahead and make sure that it actually changes. And the car is upside down, so the opposing direction would reflect reverse. Now if I'm going to go ahead and disconnect this just so it's not getting annoying, but this battery pack right here is a 7-volt in series batteries that were soldered together based off of these wires, and they are connected to a buck converter, which is stepped down to about 2 volts from the initial 7, and reason being is because at 7 volts the car goes a little bit too fast for the obstacle avoidance to be able to catch anything. So went ahead and stepped it down to 2 volts, and it does appear a bit fast, but that's because the wheels aren't met with any friction. And that pretty much wraps this portion up. This video is to go ahead and show the functionality of the SPI communication between the K64 and the Arduino, sorry. So if the Raspberry Pi was going ahead and sending data, it would go ahead and send an L, an R, or a C. And this is to go ahead and state that there's a left obstacle for L, a right obstacle for right. So it would go ahead and turn in the opposing direction. So if we receive an L, then we would go ahead and turn right. So real quick, if I went ahead and punched in an L, it'd go through the states, it'd go ahead and stop the motor, lock the state, go ahead and go forward in that specific direction, all handled on the K64. Like for the forward, the reverse, and stuff like that, as well as the timer interrupts to go ahead and stay in each state on the state machine that's on the K64. And then if I went ahead and I did right, we'd go ahead and assume we'd go through the states, and then we'd turn left, and then once it's went ahead and completed the turn, we'd go ahead and recenter and continue forward. In this case right now the motors are disconnected just because I can't have the car moving on my desk, but that pretty much goes ahead and shows the functionality of it, and then the procedure through the states.